puzzles like a dream. Hands are moving light and quick, got our tricks and perfect flicks. Every corner piece fits tight, speed puzzlers, we own the night. Puzzle mania fills the room, hearts racing, we feel the zoom. Victory is almost near, speed and fun, we have no fear. Puzzle pieces like a storm, shapes and edges we transform. Patterns forming under stress, speed puzzling at our best. Every second counts today. Focus sharp, don't drift away. Lost in pieces we unite, building worlds with all our might. Whispers humming in the air, laughing, dancing without care. From the chaos order springs, puzzles solved in joyful flings. Pieces flying in the air, clock is ticking, no time to spare. Colors blend into the scene, solving puzzles like a dream. Hands are moving light and quick, got our tricks and perfect flicks. Every corner piece fits tight, speed puzzlers, we own the night. Puzzle mania fills the room, hearts racing, we feel the zoom. Victory is almost near, speed and fun, we have no fear. Puzzle pieces like a storm, shapes and edges we transform. Patterns forming under stress, speed puzzling at our best. Every second counts today. Focus sharp, don't drift away. Lost in pieces we unite, building worlds with all our might. Whispers humming in the air, laughing, dancing without care. From the chaos order springs, puzzles solved in joyful flings. Pieces flying in the air, clock is ticking, no time to spare. Colors blend into the scene, solving puzzles like a dream. Hands are moving light and quick, got our tricks and perfect flicks. Every corner piece fits tight, speed puzzlers, we own the night. Puzzle mania fills the room, hearts racing, we feel the zoom. Victory is almost near, speed and fun, we have no fear. Puzzle pieces like a storm, shapes and edges we transform. Patterns forming under stress, speed puzzling at our best. Focus sharp, don't drift away. Lost in pieces, we unite, building worlds with all our might. Whispers humming in the air, laughing, dancing without care. From the chaos, order springs, puzzles solved in joyful flings. Pieces flying in the
All right, hello everybody and welcome to tonight's competition. Can I get away from all the participants today? Fabulous. Great to have you with us. So we do have some extra instructions today regarding the timer. For those that don't know, we are using a new timing website and we want to avoid some of the problems we've had recently with Google not recording our times correctly. So everyone who's participating, you should have received an email and you should be logged in on our Speed Puzzle website. Just one moment. I'll also repeat this for the people that come a bit later. You need to be logged into our Speed Puzzle website, and once you're in, it should say 2 hours and that the timer will start shortly. So if you do not have this on your phone or one of your screens, then you need to go and click the link in the email. I'll also put it in again into the chat. And yeah, it's really important that when we start with it, when you are finished, you there will be a big blue done button that you click the done here. Instead of writing it into the Google chat. So just click the done button and then you should see immediately that your time and your ranking. Yes, as it is the first time we're doing this on a live stream, just in case, please also take a photo of your timer with the finished puzzle, just in case. All right, so welcome to our viewers on YouTube. Lovely to have you with us, and our hosts for tonight, Catherine and SJ. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, so yeah, SJ, you had a lovely idea for a theme today based on some personal experiences. So how about you go ahead and tell us what the theme is and yeah, some of your personal examples.
Yeah, I think basically just asking puzzlers what's the most dramatic or weirdest thing that's ever happened to them in a competition. I think it came up in a conversation I had with Fruji at the European Championship. I can't remember how it came around to it, but I remember mentioning once at Worlds during a team competition, one of my teammates punched me in the head by accident, completely by accident. But it was a strange situation, and I just wondered what else has happened to other puzzlers.
Yeah, that's a crazy story, especially if you're puzzling together with other people and you're like in the midst of like puzzling really fast. Things like that can happen.
She was just so eager to get a piece and didn't like let her hand go, until she'd already hit me in the head. So yeah.
Yeah, for myself, I think the craziest thing happened actually last weekend at our event in Luxembourg that I was organizing with Jessie and with Blanca, which is where we ordered puzzles specifically for the event. And of course, we didn't have time to check all the puzzles. And everybody starts puzzling, and about 30 minutes in the competition, there's two people, one of which was also Fruji, like raising their hand, and I'm like, oh God, what's happening now? 30 minutes? Like, this can't be. So I go there, and they both had probably like 50 to 100 extra pieces in their puzzle.
Oh no.
And Yeah, and we thought, oh no, like these are like two of the faster people. So maybe there's like more people who have the same problem, but they're not at the stage yet where they would notice that they have too many puzzles. So it was a little bit of a nerve-wracking experience, but we just gave them new puzzles, and they started the timer fresh. And yeah, that was the solution that just came to mind at the moment. But you know, if you're an organizer of an event, it's like one of the worst things that can happen to you is if like something's wrong with the puzzle.
Yeah, you can't control what's in that box, really. So yeah.
No. Yeah, and we got lots of people have written in a bunch of answers as well, which I will read out later when we have some time and go over them. But some of the experiences were like fun, traumatic, a little bit dramatic. And yeah, so, and then later on, we'll also talk to one of you who had a bunch of different things happen to them already over the course of their speed puzzling career. All right. I can see in the new speed puzzling app that we have a total of 87 people that have signed in to the app, and I think that's probably the correct amount.
Yes, so that yeah, that looks about right, and we have yeah, about the same amount of people in the meeting as well. So I think that looks like we're ready to go. Yeah, so the theme for today is drama. So what is the strangest or most dramatic thing that's happened to you during a competition or a team training? So you'll find out about that during the meeting. For the viewers at home, if you have a story you'd like to share, please add that to the chat as well. Okay, so just want to make sure everybody should have their speed puzzle website up saying that it's 2 hours. And when I do the countdown, that will automatically, magically appear, transform into a done button. And that's the one that you need to hit when you are finished. An important thing is that it will say your puzzle is being checked. So when you are finished, don't just automatically like switch down close your screen or turn off your camera. Please keep the camera focused on the puzzle, because I need to go through and basically give you a tick to show that your puzzle has been checked and that you are done. So once, just leave it on like that until your message says, yep, your puzzle has been checked. Then it will tell you your results. And then you'll see that there are 2 tabs. One is showing the number of participants. The other one shows you who has actually finished. So then you can check the finished tab and see who else has finished ahead of you or as the other people go in. So as I said, it's our first time to do this on a live stream, so I'm really hoping this works correctly. And yeah, if you have another timer there, then yeah, please take a photo of that just in case there are any issues. Yes. All right, so let's get ready to unwrap the puzzle. You may unwrap.
SJ, any guess for what puzzle it could be based on the box shape?
No. If I'm honest, no.
Yeah, so this one has plastic wrap on there, so make sure to remove that as well. And then put the box back on the middle of the table when you have checked that the lid comes off correctly.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, for me, the lid was very hard to come off the box. So make sure that when you're taking it off, you're really shaking it so that it comes off.
So I just received 2 more questions. No, you don't need to register beforehand. So in the email that you received, there is a link to go to a Google form. That is if you want to answer the question of the day, and also to indicate your interview preferences. So that is optional if you yeah, if you want to participate in that or not. You do not write a done message. Enemy, you need to have your link open like this, and where it says now, it says 2 hours. When it starts, it will automatically turn into a done button, and when you are finished, you click here, done. If for some reason this doesn't work, then you can write done in the chat, but it should work. Okay, so it looks like we are ready to start. I will do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everyone. And we're off to the races. So, tonight's puzzle, I thought, was a very, very beautiful puzzle by a brand called KS Games, which I've never heard of before. But I was positively surprised with the quality of the puzzle pieces. The puzzle is called Woman in a Red Kimono, and the artist is Dorit Fairchild. As you can see, there's a Japanese lady that's kind of in the middle of the picture with a red kimono, and then there's all kinds of things going on around her. There's a little bit of like a house scene and like kind of a forest in the bottom corner. Then on the top left, you have these like more red kind of a tree, and then on the top right is like a pinkish kind of a tree. At first glance, it looks like a dark puzzle, but there's so much going on in the pieces in terms of texture and just colors and patterns that it was easier than it looked like at first, but it's not a super easy puzzle. So that's my review.
You should have a TikTok for quick puzzle reviews. That was excellent. Yeah, no, when you asked me to guess if I had a guess what puzzle brand it might be, now I know why I didn't have a guess, because I've never had a KS Games puzzle before. So I would not have guessed it. But that being said, there was KS Games at the Trier Marathon, and so I have heard of the brand. I've seen one in action there, and I really like the look of it. So I'll have to try KS Games sometime.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's I honestly, like, after I finished the puzzle, I just admired it for a while, just because it's such a beautiful puzzle.
Yeah.
All right, so we have on screen Erin from the UK. We have Agnes from France. We have Aiden from Switzerland. We have Alejandro from Spain. We have Amanda from the United Kingdom, and we have Anna Karin from Sweden. Yeah, everyone's busy flipping.
Flipping. Flipping and flopping. No. It's yeah, I wonder, you say it first glance it's dark looking, and that was my first thought. I thought, oh, it looks a bit dark, and especially this time of day, the sun is starting to go, at least here in London it is at this time of day. So I wonder if that will affect how people tackle this, or what lights they've got turned on in their room and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it might. It's a lot of blue, like bluish and like darker kind of pieces. But if you work your way from just, you know, I mean, I think probably an obvious place where people will start is like the white face or the red kimono, or like the yellow pieces that were in the kimono. And once all of the colorful pieces are out, there's not that many blue pieces in the end left that just have blue on it. So it's really, if you look at the pieces, you know, like where they will go. So I don't think this will be one where people will get stuck on and like not know where to continue. I think it'll be one, yeah, where you can just continue to puzzle all the time.
We're starting to get some guesses in the YouTube chat about the finishing time. I'm just going to have a look. Oh, golly, going in strong. The first guess I see is 34 minutes and 13 seconds. So that's very quick.
Yeah, that seems like a cool. If I had to guess, I would also say something in the 40s, even for the faster puzzlers, because it is a little bit of a harder puzzle. But I'm always open for surprises.
I'm gonna go a little under 40. I'm gonna guess 38, 48. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. 38, 48.
All right, and we have some new people on screen. So we have Anne from France, we have Anne from Finland, we have Annemie from Switzerland, we have Aurélie from Germany, we have Barbara from Austria, and we have Birgit from Germany.
Birgit always has a really good angle for her camera. So
yeah, and we can see that Birgit is already sorting out like those red kimono pieces, and I'm assuming the pile at the bottom is the edge. And we see other people have started building their edge. Annemie is busy with that, and I think so all the other people that are on screen right now. Someone is guessing a specific time for Christian, 36 minutes and 36 seconds. We shall see.
yeah. Yeah. So did you do this one yourself, Catherine? You speeded it.
Yeah, so I did it yesterday. It took me a bit longer, like an hour and 20-ish minutes, kind of. So still in the 90 minutes, but kind of up there for me in terms of speed puzzles I've done recently. But I have to say that I didn't do any speed puzzling for the last pretty much the whole summer. So I'm a little bit out of training. So I think if I would do this when I'm a bit more actually doing speed puzzling, I would probably be like 10 minutes faster.
Sorry, I just need to interrupt. Daria Bozek, Daria from Poland, your camera is off. Would you please check that, please, Daria?
Yeah, and that is a good reminder that we have new people on screen. So we have Carla from Germany, we have Daniela from Germany, we have Daria, who should please put on her camera. We have Dietmar from Germany, we have Dora from Switzerland, and we have Elena from Latvia. Lots of German people tonight. I feel like every other person is from Germany.
Always lots of Germans in speed puzzling in general because they're so good at it.
That's true. And we see Carla is busy. She has managed to put the face together of the woman in the red kimono. Which, yeah, those pieces definitely stand out. If you're looking at the spread, the white pieces are definitely like screaming, pick me, pick me. But there are not that many pieces overall. Yeah, I'm always cheering for Dora. I hope she can finish this one. I know it's a little bit of a harder one, so might be tight for her, but I hope she can do it.
She's getting faster all the time, so you never know.
That's true. All right, next we have, Ellen has two devices, I'm assuming. So we have Ellen from the Netherlands. We have Emilia, as usual, from her kitchen from Finland. We have Eveli from Estonia. We have Eva from Poland. We have Fanny from Hungary. Who has done a really nice sort, by the way. You can see she has like the red and the yellows, and I think she's working on the border right now. A lot of the other people have started with the face of the lady. Which is, by the way, where I also started.
Well, I've noticed there's someone in between Evely and Ava named Evelyn who's not on the list. So,
oh yes, that's true.
Maybe they're registered under a different name. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out later, or maybe she forgot to register with the new app.
There's someone on the list with the same surname, Simon, or Simon Traxel. So maybe it's a husband and wife, or something like that.
Possible. Whoever it is doing great progress with the red of the kimono. I can see it almost done. There's like a red part at the bottom and then like a yellow part at the top, and the face is done for this person. And we're at the about 10 minutes mark.
It does seem more colorful than at initial look when you were holding the box up. It has definitely got more of a pop to it now that I see all everyone's pieces out.
Yeah, it also looks darker on the box than it is in real life. The pieces are a bit lighter, which is nice. I mean, often we have it the other way around, where the box looks good and then the pieces look very dark, like with the cow from Worlds last year. So. All right, then we have Franziska from Germany, who won, got first place at our event last weekend. Congratulations again for that. And they also got first place in teams. Then we have Freya from Denmark. We have Hannah from the Czech Republic. We have Hannah. Okay, they're both. Oh no. Okay, so never mind. We have Hannah from the Czech Republic. We have Hannah from Finland. We have Idun from Norway, and we have Inge from the Netherlands. And Franziska, there's a few people who have the border completed or almost completed, but most people I see have gone straight for the pop of color with the kimono and the woman in the middle of the image. So it's kind of like, depending on what you prefer, how to start. What do you usually do? Do you go for like the colorful things that scream at you, like build me, or do you go for edges?
Kind of a third option. I would say what I look for most when I first flip is sort of things that stand out structurally, like lines or anything like that. That's my preference for starting. If there's nothing like that, then I probably would gravitate towards the colors and what's bright and stands out. I'm not a big fan of doing edges first unless it's just the right type of image. Then I might do them first. But I have all kinds of different whatever mood I'm in, that's what I do.
Yeah, I noticed from you that your puzzle looks like separate islands, and then suddenly they all merge together and they become like magically an image.
I think Amelia said I'm a sniper because I don't look at all like I'm close to finishing, and then suddenly I'm done.
Yeah. All right, next we have Inka from Finland. We have Iris from Denmark. We have Irma from Switzerland. We have Isabel from France. We have Jata from Finland. And we have Jenny also from Finland.
So, Catherine,
Yeah.
I remember that Iris had a really good story you should read out.
All right.
A very dramatic story.
Let's read Iris' story. So Iris says, at the Danish championship, Sophie and I decided to switch places. We immediately and simultaneously stood up and knocked our foreheads together quite hard, resulting in an intense headache for me for the rest of the day. And then I'm going to read also that's one of the stories. And then she has another story about an EJJ where she says, during an EJJ, I had the Wi-Fi router standing in the windowsill. I was getting hot, decided to open the window mid-competition, resulting in the Wi-Fi router flying out of the window, but luckily staying in the socket. I did the rest of the EJJ with the router hanging 1.5 meters under the window.
I really like that story. That is so like dramatic, but hilarious.
Yeah, I
like
kind of like
the
the
heads-up
router story better than like head injury, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Oh no.
Have you ever been injured puzzling? Well, okay, yeah, you got hit in the face, but like, was it a real injury?
To be fair, she hit me on the top of the head because I was like bent over the puzzle, so my head was completely
Okay.
down. So she hit me on the top of the head, and it stunned me. So I did kind of like stand up and kind of like look around for about 2 seconds, but it didn't hurt for very long. I went straight back to puzzling, and by the end, I no harm done. So no real injuries. So yeah, I'm lucky in that way. Have you been injured during puzzling?
No, I don't think so. I mean, injured from puzzling in the sense that like I have back pain afterwards, but not an actual injury, no. Luckily. All right, who do we have now? So I think in the top left, is that still Isabel? And then we have Jessica from the United States, who we're going to talk to later. She also has a few good, funny stories about drama happening at puzzle competitions. Then we have Judith from Germany. We have Yuka from Finland. We have Karen from the United States. And we have Karin from Austria. Yeah, at Karin's table, we have a really good view of the puzzle, and we can kind of see everything taking shape. And you can see like she has built all of those brighter pieces, like even the ones that are at the top of the puzzle. And then all the rest, like for now, it just looks like dark blue stuff. But I swear, once you get to them, you'll know where they will go, the blue. It's not like a gradient, there's like different things happening everywhere in the puzzle, so it's not that hard to figure it out. Yeah, we're under 20 minutes still, so everyone's doing really great. And I love that there's like some sorting happening as well.
Oh, I just have to mention, because he's got trays on his table now, Yuka on our screen. His story of something dramatic that happened was that he had 2 trays of pieces during a competition, and then he stacked them and forgot that he had sandwiched the pieces in between the 2 trays, and got towards the end and thought, where are the pieces? And found them afterwards even. So. Good.
Yeah, that can happen if you like put them on top of each other and you forget.
Yeah.
All right, then we see Katrin from Germany. We see Kim from the Netherlands. We see Christian from Poland. We have Lea from Denmark. We have Lena from Germany. And then we have Lenka from Slovakia. And Yeah, here on the screen we see a few of the faster puzzlers, and as you can see, they are also not that far ahead of everyone else who has built the lady so far. I mean, they have built the lady, they have built the border around it, but there's not much filled in in other places of the puzzle yet. So it's not like somebody's like super far ahead right now.
I'm quite interested in Christian's kind of. I don't know what word I would use, but he's got pieces loose in his frame, and maybe they are like pick and place. Maybe they are where they belong, but it's very interesting to look at.
Yeah, I call his technique in my own mind like chaos puzzling, because every time I see videos of him puzzling, there's like pieces everywhere, and like my mind would not be able to know like that these pieces go there, and like I need kind of a clear. I'm more of a puzzler like Lenka, who has like the pieces in neat little piles, and then she like grabs them and like builds the section out. But yeah, this is the way that he is always puzzling. Like every time I see him do puzzles, that's what's happening. So it's working for him. It's like his mind is like streamed that way to do it like that.
Yeah.
Which goes to show there's no like wrong or right way to puzzle.
Yeah, I agree. Whatever works for you is what works for you. So just take things off of other puzzles and see if they work, but it might not be the right thing for you. Yeah.
Yeah, next we have Line Beate from Norway. We have Lynn from Belgium. We have Lynn E from Belgium. We have Lynn T from the United Kingdom. We have Magdalena from Austria. We have Margriet from South Africa, and we have Mandy from the Netherlands. Oh, so all three Zenot sisters are here tonight. That's interesting. Little family competition. Yeah, Line Beate has made great progress as well. The lady's almost done, or pretty much done, and she has built some of the other elements out as well. There's like a dove that's above the lady, or the dove is like sitting on her head, and that is also relatively easy to see. I think the next step for people will probably be the little houses and the village, because they do have quite distinct like little windows and like rooftops and things like that on them, and they are like a different kind of what color would you say that is? Like a teal, green, blue, like pastel kind of color that's very different from the other blues that we see in the image.
That is, to be fair, the thing that stood out to me the most when I first looked at the image was the building, because like I said, like structures and lines is what I look for first, because that's what would be able to do the fastest usually.
Next we have it should be Mari next. I don't know if Michelle has skipped her. But who we see is Maria from Finland, Maria H from Finland. Then we have Maria R from Slovakia. We have Maria TB from Sweden. We have Maria Magdalena from Germany. We have Michelle from New Zealand. Michelle, is it you who's puzzling? A different Michelle from New Zealand?
No, that's my test. That's my test account, so I can show it on my phone. But Mari is on screen now. It just didn't go in order because she's there as Mari Black as one word.
All right, yeah. So Mari is on screen, and then we have also Mona. Or am I? Now we're missing Miller, are we? I'm not. Maybe I'm not seeing it good. Mona.
I saw her on the screen for a second, Mila, but her camera wasn't on, so I don't know if that was a technical issue or not.
Yeah. Well, either way, Mona is from Germany and Mari is from the United States. And Mari has a different approach than most of the people. She has kept the red pieces to the side for later and did decide to concentrate on the that lower left portion of the image first, building the houses and stuff. That's really interesting because most of the other people have done the red section by now or working on it.
And I do like how Mari keeps her border, like she's built some of the border that makes sense to build for what she's doing, and just kind of left a lot of it loosely placed and open. And I think that's a really good technique.
I also want to read out some of Maria TB's stories. She gave us 3 different stories. So she has an EJJ story where she says the box assistant, which is her cat, had a case of the zoomies and managed to knock down the whole light and camera setup while running past. That can always be annoying when you're doing like a live streamed thing. Then at Nationals, the pair's partner opened the bag and accidentally sent pieces flying everywhere. We were missing a piece at the end and took the penalty, considering it lost. The judge recorded our time and then pointed out the piece on top of the puzzle.
Whoops.
And then during a practice, not super dramatic, but the box assistant, who again is her cat, will often help, in quotation marks, sorting by sweeping pieces off the table with her tail or unflip pieces by rolling over them. Sometimes she also gets really annoyed when I try to get pieces she's sitting on. I think everyone with a cat can relate to that.
We are very lucky. We have 2 cats, and they know to stay off the puzzle table. They're very well trained. Caboose had a phase, our younger cat had a phase of getting on there and messing around, but now he's a good cat and stays off.
Yeah, Mona also had a story about her cat where, like, if the cat walks over it, the pieces stick to the paws. And then it will like dramatically like flick them off and then they fly all over the place.
I want to see that. That sounds cute. Annoying,
Right.
but cute.
So we have on screen Muni from Germany. We have Nadia from Indonesia. We have Nia from the United Kingdom, who's been doing super, super well at every competition. I'm watching her. Then we have Olivia from Poland, and we have Rachel from Denmark. And yes, that's
Go
everyone.
Nia, go Nia. I'm in the Nia fan club.
Yeah, I mean, you have to root for people from your own country, so I'm also in her fan club. Yeah, we see Olivia did really great progress there. It looks like over half of her image might be completed, but not totally put together yet. But once she puts them together, it'll be, it'll be like you. Suddenly, there'll be all the images. We're going to move along a little bit faster so that we can get everyone on. We're still under half an hour, but as you can see now, Victor is pretty far ahead and he kept the red part for last. But let's see who else we have on screen. So we have Rika on screen from Finland. We also have Rike from Denmark. We have Robert from Sweden, and we have Sammy from the United States. And then, we have Victor at the bottom, who, is speeding towards the end. And then we also have Sandra from Peru.
Peru Glorioso.
Yeah, I find it quite interesting that Victor has cut the red pieces for the end. I think it's going to be quicker for him to finish them this way because he'll know the borders of the red.
I think it's a really satisfying way to finish, to fill in a section. It feels faster, and it's nice to end on a fast note. But then I
That's
also
true.
wonder if Victor or any of our faster puzzlers might have color difficulties. Like some people see some colors better than other colors, and possibly, I'm just guessing, I doubt it, but who knows? Maybe Victor is not as good with red as maybe blue and all that, so maybe he's left red for last to make it easier if it's harder for him.
Yeah, we should ask him later.
Yeah.
And then we also have Saskia from Estonia. We have Salma from Sweden. We have Siobhan from Ireland, and we have Stefan from the Netherlands.
I need to see if this puzzle is on my speed puzzling.
Yeah, I didn't check actually to see if it's there. Oh, and then we also got hard to read. Who is this? Is it Stephanie? Yeah. So we also have Stephanie from Germany. We have Tammy from the United States. We have Teresa from Sweden. We have Tobias, also from Sweden. And we have Valentina from Belgium. By the way, if I'm mispronouncing your name now, I'm very sorry. Let me know later if I did. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce everyone's name. But it's difficult because everyone's from a different country, and in different countries pronounce their names differently. So it's not so easy to remember.
I like Valentina's answer to the question. To put it in a nutshell, the most dramatic thing that happened to her was at Belgian National. She was a co-organizer and helping people take places where people hadn't shown up, so people off the waiting list. And then suddenly she hears 5, 4, 3, and she's competing. So she like chucks her clipboard at someone and runs to her table and didn't have her puzzle stand or anything ready. So that's pretty dramatic. I would be so stressed out by that.
Wasn't there also someone at Worlds that was like running and like bumping into everyone to do the final?
I think
it happens more than once.
yeah, I'm trying to remember Jimena, if you know Jimena. I think I
Yeah.
saw her running in the final, so it might be who you're thinking of.
All right, so let's continue with the introducing the people, because we see also Christian is going towards the finish line. So we have Veronika from Slovakia, we have Vesna from Finland, we have Williams from Latvia, and the next people are going to come very soon. So we have a few of the faster people on screen right now. We have Victor, we have Christian, and we have Alejandro on screen, and also Lenka. And yeah, we can see they are all getting ready, they're filling in the last pieces. We also have Inge and Hannah. Yeah, and it looks like Christian only has like a handful of pieces, like 3 or 4 pieces left. So this might be his win. And if all goes good, then now he has finished. Congratulations. Yeah, and Victor is on his heels. He only has maybe like 15 pieces left, but they're all in this red, so they should go in really, really quick. And Alejandro is finishing in the top left corner, same place where Christian also finished, which is probably well, I don't know. I don't know if there's like a super hard area. I think it's just a preference thing. And Victor is so close.
I'm amazed. The first
And he's
prediction,
done.
well done. The first prediction for finishing time was 34 minutes and 13 seconds, I think, and that is incredibly close to what it was. So
Yeah, spot
well
on.
done.
I'm always underestimating people, but I shouldn't. Yeah, we can see people have very different strategies of like where they are finishing. Like we see, for example, Olivia, she has so much of the puzzle done, and I think she's keeping like these like top those darker pieces for last, but it looks like she almost has the complete puzzle done. Lanka has like holes here and there. Alejandro, yeah, he's filling in the top left corner. And yeah, it's a bit hard to see exactly what Inge is doing, but it looks like she is well on her way. But most of the pieces that I see lying there for her are also these darker pieces that we have. Veronica is also keeping the red pieces for last. I wonder if it's a strategy to have something fast to finish with, or if they just think like, oh, it's such a big section of red, like it might be harder than it looks.
Yeah. I would like to find out. Oh, now there's a question. Another thing I would like to find out in the YouTube chat, are Victor and Christian going to be in a team together at Worlds? Do you know by any chance?
I don't know, but my guess would be not, just because of past pairs that they had, but I mean, maybe they should.
See if I can look it up.
Yeah, now Alejandro has turned around his puzzle so that the area that he's working on is really close by to him, and he doesn't have to like work over the puzzle all the time, which is something I always struggle with when I'm puzzling. And then I have to, the last section is the one at the top, and you like kind of lean over, you get tired from leaning over. So it's actually a good idea to flip your puzzle so that the section you're working on is like super close by to you. And it'll save you time as well, going back and forth with the pieces.
So Victor and Cristiano not on a team together at Worlds.
No. Yeah, and Fruji tells us in the chat that Christian is on a full Polish team, whereas Victor is on an international team. Is it the same team that they had at the European Championships? I think so. So that would be Victor, Hannah, Kati, and who was the name blank?
Chiara.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, Chiara. Yeah, which is definitely a team to look out for. And Alejandro is done. Congratulations. That was
That's
under the
amazing.
40 minutes. That's really great.
Yeah,
Good job.
so impressive.
All right. And now I wonder who will take fourth place.
Gosh. Okay. I mean, there's so many people close, like neck to neck. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it just goes to show that I'm always surprised how many people finish around the same time. no matter the difficulty of the puzzle. So it just kind of goes to show, like, yeah, the level of speed puzzlers is very, very similar for certain puzzles. Yeah, Lenka has a little bit of like holes kind of everywhere in the image. And for Inge, it looks like she's mostly working in the top part. Same for Hannah. She's also working mostly in the top. Which, yeah, that's probably like the area where most of the puzzles will finish, is these two or like these three different types of areas at the top, just because it's the darkest area. And also, you know, I also feel like if the area is further away, you're less likely to start there unless it's a very bright thing at the top. I don't know. I'm just coming up with theories.
Well, I know with like a traditional landscape, for me, I like to do the sky first if I can, if it's not too hard, because I don't have very long arms. I have quite short arms. So if I can get the sky done closer to me, I don't have to reach later at the end of the puzzle and waste time trying to stretch. But yeah, this is not a traditional landscape, is it?
It is not. Yeah, and this new app is like working really well, because we can now see also in the app exactly when people are finished down to the 100th of a second. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention the two people that we hadn't seen on screen yet. I mean, they will come up later as they will be finishing, but I just wanted to mention their names, that we also have Roni from Switzerland, and we also have Wanida from Thailand. So there were only two people left that we didn't get to. So I'm sorry we didn't get to you before, but you'll get your moment in the spotlight as you're finishing your puzzle, you're reaching the end. Yeah, and we see, it looks like to me from here that Inge only has maybe, I don't know, it's really hard to say, but like not that many pieces left. And neither does Lenka, but I feel like Lenka's pieces are like holes are like all over the image. And Hannah is also coming to a close. So I think we have a race between those three. We had a finisher. Inge finished. Congratulations. Do you prefer if you do a competition that it's an easy puzzle or a more challenging puzzle?
I think in general, I actually prefer more challenging puzzles in competition, just because of experience of going into rounds where we've gotten an easy puzzle and I come in the middle. Whereas if I have a harder puzzle, I come a little bit above the middle. So slightly prefer it that way, I guess. How about you?
Yeah, same, I would say. All right, and we had Hannah in 5th place, and right behind, just a few seconds behind, Lenka in 6th place. Congratulations, top 6. Yeah, I find the easier the puzzle, the more people have practiced it before. And then even me, who's like not that fast of a puzzler, if I've done the puzzle like 5 times, I would have a bigger chance of going higher, but then I don't, because pressure and things like that. So I also prefer a slightly more challenging puzzle, but not so challenging that you can't finish it in time.
No peacocks, no glaciers.
No lupins.
I had lupins a few years ago. That round at Worlds, hated it, but I then got some more lupin puzzles to practice because I thought, oh, well, I've got to get better at lupins because they're in so many puzzles. And now I've made my peace with lupins. So
Yeah, I guess for me in general, it's flowers of all, like photographs of flowers of any kind, unless it's like zoomed in flowers. I don't like them.
even like the dandelion puzzle from that same series. I don't mind it. It's hard, but I don't mind it. I find I'm okay at it. Not good, but okay. Boy, who's going to be number 7? Getting very close.
Yeah, so we have Franziska, we have Veronica, we have Olivia, we have a few people that are up there, and it might be finishing very, very soon. But as you can see, we're like at 45 minutes now. This is not one of the super fast puzzles, so I'm even more impressed that there were 3 people who managed to do this under 40 minutes. So, and Veronica has finished. Congratulations! She also finished with the red. Interesting.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
3 more spots in the top 10.
Exactly. Yeah, you'd think you would start with red because it's like something that like grabs your attention. I don't know, red is like red. Like puzzle me.
Yeah,
but I can also understand like keeping it for last because it is kind of a big section and then you can just kind of like hammer it out at the end.
I think sometimes bright colors are a little deceptive. Like they can be deceptive, and they'll draw your attention, and then you get them, and then it's, oh no, these aren't as easy as they looked, So I always look a little skeptically at the really bright things, in case it's a red herring.
Oh, and Mia has finished. Yay! Congratulations, Nia. Yeah, there's coming some support from the UK people in the chat. And we have Franziska, who has also finished, still in the top 10. Number 9, congratulations. All right, and now that it's like every time I look, we have always like 3 or 4 people who are like just about to finish, which is like crazy, like it doesn't stop.
The conveyor belt is on.
Yeah. Yeah, Line Beate is doing really well. We have Sammy, who is also finishing with the reds at the bottom, so that should go in relatively fast. Ellen is busy working at the top. Tobias is almost there as well. He has a few like pieces still to put in at the top, but there's not that many left. So it's a race for top 10. There's one more spot.
You guys can do it. One of you guys can do it.
Yeah, Iris is also doing great. And we're just about the 50-minute mark right now. So this is not one that would help you much out of the 50+ club if you were in there. Only 9 people so far managed to do it. Under 50, maybe there can be a 10th. Yes, and there is. Olivia finished. Congratulations.
Well done. Just watching Lena Beata go, she mentioned one of her dramatic things that's happened in competition was something that a lot of us were there for when it happened at Worlds last year when they published what puzzle was coming up in the next round on the website 30 minutes beforehand, and so we all knew what that round was going to be, which was quite dramatic.
Yeah, there's been so many things at Worlds. I'm also thinking last year when Karen Puzzles got the wrong puzzle.
Yeah. I had a front row seat to that. I was sitting directly behind her when that happened.
And there she finished, Linda Beate, just over the 50 minutes. So that's we have 11 finishers right now. We're at just over 50 minutes. That's, I think, for this puzzle. Really, I mean, you know now why I said it was like a harder puzzle. You didn't believe me maybe when people finished at like 32 minutes or however, no, 35 minutes. But as you can see, it's not the easiest. So maybe we can speak to some of our top finishers. I know that Christian didn't want to be interviewed, but I'm sure Victor would like to be interviewed. So if you're still here, Victor, you can turn on your camera. Hello. Congratulations on your second place, 34 minutes, 55 seconds, and 600th of a second.
Thank you, thank you.
So the first question is always, what did you think about the puzzle? How did you like it?
Actually, I think that puzzle plays into my strengths, aside from the red section, because everything in this puzzle I did by pick and place everything. And I mean, I had sorted colors. So in the very beginning, I had the face and the hand and those 2 whitish animals. So they kind of created themselves. And then I was like, okay, let's just go for maybe blue, because blue is concentrated in 3 places, and the 3 places that are brighter, but also are kind of in a unique sense, because the left side from the right side is quite different. The buildings were nice. The edge was actually not that bad, but I was kind of scared of the edge because I didn't know if this puzzle brand has false fits or not. And also that's why I was so scared of the red section, because I knew that probably I would need to go by shapes. And I was like, oh, I don't necessarily want to start with that, because what if there are false fits and then I am not able to finish the section? So I was like, okay, red is for the last. And also I was finding some pieces from the red, and they were striking me from the main pile, because red is more recognizable than the other pieces. But I really tried hard to not see the red. And at the very end, I just like separated the main pile into red and not red. So that really helped to finish up the last bits of the background. And as far as quality goes, I'm very surprised and I'm thrilled that it's so good. The pieces are thick, and it kind of reminds me of Bluebird, but it's like good Bluebird. So it has nice shapes, no false fits, and the pieces are more heavy, and everything is better, but the piece shapes are in the same family of piece shapes as Bluebird, I would say.
Yeah. Did you know this brand before?
I never tried it, but I knew that it was out there mainly because I saw Teresa Koptikova doing KS games all of the sudden, like almost every day. And I was like, okay, I didn't know that brand. That's fun. And this is basically it. And then one of the puzzles showed up at the 50 plus EJJ. So that was also a confirmation that, okay, this really exists. But that's it.
It's not just Teresa's own personal brand of puzzles. Well, I think they're manufactured in Turkey. And I think Bluebird makes some of their puzzles in Turkey, but must be a different factory by the sounds of it.
Yeah, at many Polish competitions, I was told that Bluebird has those French and Turkish puzzles, but I never tried the Turkish one. So maybe that's this my manufacturer, right? Because it's different from the ones that we had at the EJJs with 1,000 pieces that were all from the same manufacturer with the different finish and piece shapes. So yeah, I really like it actually. So I kind of understand people that were offended by the fact that I hated Bluebird so much, and I was kind of screaming about it.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our favorites, and then if someone says they hate your favorite, it's kind of like, what?
I'm sort of with you, Victor. Bluebird is not my favorite.
So, Victor, you have probably a lot of stories of things that went wrong or dramas that happened at competitions to you. Do you want to recount a few of those for us or for the people that don't know them?
Yes. So last year at Worlds, there were a couple of those in every single category. And that was kind of funny. Like every time I was going into a competition, I was thinking to myself, what's next? Like, what's next? And so it started with the individual preliminary group, Group E. We had this Hunter Hunter puzzle. And during flipping, because I was in the front row, during flipping, I noticed that one of the pieces that I was flipping, the edge piece, I was almost sure it was the edge piece, went flying, but it's not a hyperbole. It was literally flying. It kind of like flicked and went in a parabola in the air. And it landed somewhere very far away from me, but I knew the general direction that it was like landing at. So I decided to not go there because I don't have that much energy to do it right now, and I'm also kind of shaking, so I probably would like fall while trying to get there. So let's just continue flipping. That's what I did. And after I was done with the puzzle, I still remembered that it was missing a piece, and it was the edge piece. So I was very happy with like my awareness in the situation because it was very stressful. So after I was done, instead of like being happy and being, oh, okay, I'm done, I was like, get up and run. And I ran to the next table to grab the piece and put it in, and then I sat down and I was happy. But it was quite a spectacle. So this was the first thing, and not the most crazy one, unfortunately. Because the next one was actually on the same day, because my round was it was the E round, so the pairs preliminary were also in the same day. So Natalia and I were in Group C, and we got this Pink Thunderstorm 500 pieces Ramasburger puzzle, and that puzzle kind of plays into my strengths because I can see like those weird little details in the black section. So Natalia was doing the sky, But the problem was with that puzzle, and maybe not with that puzzle, but with our um, uh, our attempt in general, that none of the two pairs that were sitting at our table, so like us and Katrina and Rihanna from Australia, we didn't really think about the fact that maybe we should have some kind of separation in between us. And we are puzzling opposite to almost every other pair. They mostly have their boxes in between the pairs so that the pieces don't, mix up. And we are kind of opposite. So our boxes were on the ends of the table, both. So naturally, the pieces mixed up, but we didn't notice that till the very end. And after we were done, we had three missing pieces in the sky, and we are trying to look for those pieces. And then maybe I need to tell it in this outsider perspective. So when we saw that we don't have the pieces on the floor, we just decided to take the pieces from the other pair. So this is how it looked, but it wasn't what happened. So Katrina was doing the sky in the same time that we are looking for those missing pieces, and she stopped doing the sky, pulled all of those pink pieces to the right side towards us, and patted the table and told us, "You can take those pieces and try to look for them because we probably mixed up." And that's what happened, because they also, when we took the 3 pieces from their pile, which was very stressful, because in the moment when you think, oh, we won the round and we were very happy, and then we are missing those 3 pieces, and then we have to look for them in this pile of pink. It was like, oh no, what if we don't win?
It looked so crazy on the live stream. When I saw that, I was like, what's happening?
We didn't even realize it would look weird and kind of not very, sporty to steal the pieces from the other pair. But yeah, no, the situation at the table was different from what was shown in the live stream. And yeah, so that was a unique experience. I don't wish that upon anyone. Yeah.
For such a good moment, though. I was in the dome watching that happen, and even all of us there could see it, and we're just like, oh well, we will all remember this.
Yeah, and also it was so funny because when we started taking the pieces from Katrina and tried to ram them into right places, there was this gasp in the dome. People were shook.
What are they doing?
I have never, when in the comic books when there's the sign gasp, it was like that in real life.
Shock.
Yeah, so that was Paris, but also there were teams. It wasn't that much of a drama. It was just very unfortunate because we were in Group B in teams, and we thought that we can do really well in that round. And also we are aware of the American team. So it was Karen Puzzle's team. And we also chose a wrong puzzle. So that's the other thing. But we started with the more difficult puzzle. And Karen's team started with the mushrooms. So they finished first, but we were kind of expecting that because our tactic was not necessarily to do the hard puzzle first so that we can finish on an easy one, but more psychological. So we were like, okay, if we start with the harder puzzle, then if we hear someone finish, then we can tell ourselves that it's because they are doing the easier one. And it's not, messing up with our head. So that was the tactic, and that's what we did. And at the very end of the second puzzle, we were jamming the pieces in. It was very fast, very chaotic. And we realized that we are missing one piece. And when we started to look for it, and eventually Christian found it under his chair, I think, but I think Justina pointed it out where it was. In the second before Christian placed that last piece in the puzzle, Karen's team finished. So essentially, I think it was like 6-second difference if we had that piece at the very beginning, but then they finished in that small time frame, and that's unfortunate, but we are also very happy that we are kind of almost first. Which was very fun because none of us was at Worlds ever before. So that was very encouraging.
Yeah, definitely. And especially with just, if you have a finish like this with just a few seconds difference, you just know like, just a small difference in the approach or something, or like, if we didn't have to look for this piece, like you could have done it. So you basically won.
Yeah. And also we trusted a different puzzle from them. So that's also a different factor. We don't know how we would do on the vampire castle, but who knows? We'll never know.
So is it like your curse that every time you are on a team that you have drama happening? Or like, has it happened since, or was it just last year at Worlds?
I mean, at Worlds finals, we didn't have any mishaps. So that was already broken. But then the only teams I was doing were in the different countries' nationals. So I went to Slovenia, and that was an experience because we got this German castle puzzle that was at Worlds in Group A that nobody chose. I mean, I think 3 teams chose that puzzle. So we were kind of crying most of the time. I think we did this 1,000-piece puzzle in 90 minutes. And it was a lot. and we didn't really have that many mishaps there. There was one thing that I'm kind of in fault of. We had this very articulate piece, shape sort done. And it was kind of, I don't understand what's happening. Let's just shove it in together. And then we had to redo it later because they were like, we need that. I'm like, okay, oh my God. Like, I feel so bad about that till this day. And that was in November. Then we had, there was the French marathon with the international team. And that was nice. We didn't have any missing pieces. I mean, there was one missing piece, but we didn't even try to look for it. And also I wasn't there for this particular puzzle, so I didn't even know. But at the very end, I kind of find the piece and it was, oh, what's that? And they were like, oh, this is from that. So this was the only thing, but they weren't any particular, what do they call it, penalties for missing pieces. So that didn't really matter. And then we had the Finnish nationals, and in that one we didn't have any trouble. That was really nice. I think it was at that point one of the smoothest team puzzling that I had. And then of course, before Budapest we also had this local Polish competition. So in that competition I was puzzling with 3 people that I never met. I mean, I think I met them, but I never puzzled with them or like really talked too much with them. But it was really nice. And the puzzle was kind of difficult, so it was really fun to do it together. And we were competing against Christian's team, and we were like 10 seconds behind in the end. So that was very fun. And then Budapest happened, and the EJJ squad, which is now renamed on World's website to Euro Jigsaw Jam in parentheses EJJ squad. We meant to change the name before Budapest, but it got blocked, and we were too late. And then we had a dispute about if we should keep it because it's already established, or if we want to continue with the plan that we had since the very beginning. Yeah, we didn't really have that many miscaps at the competition. We really liked the puzzles that were there, and also we worked pretty well together. The practices that we had at night in Budapest were rough. That was rough, and I don't want to relive that. It was very, very late at night, at like 11 p.m. In the city center, in like random restaurant in a hotel, at a very weird table with very difficult puzzles. I think we chose like the most difficult puzzles in the world for this practice. And I was, because it was in Chiara's and Hannah's hotel, so I had like 30 plus minutes walk to go back, and it was always fun to just like, I'm done mentally, and then I am done physically when I come back.
Yeah, I guess it's also more memorable if you have like, things happen and you can like look back on it and like, remember when this happened.
True.
Victor, a pleasure talking to you as always. Do you have any tips for the people that are still puzzling? I always like to ask the faster puzzlers to give the people that are still puzzling like a little insight, like what should they focus on?
I would say to focus on the middle of the top section, if you have that left, because all of the 6 different small like leaf groups, they are very unique in shape and color, and you can just take all the pieces that have the the biggest amount of black background, and also those leaves, and just place them in the correct spot, and then you can build out from that. Yeah, that's my advice.
Yeah, great tip. All right. Well, thank you for talking to us, and congratulations again on your amazing time of 34:55.
Thank you.
And yeah, we'll probably see you soon.
Yeah, this is the second to last EJJ for me before work.
Yeah. I mean, Worlds is coming up so soon, so there's not a lot of time to do more EJJs.
Sure. Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. In the meantime, we are at 41 finishers. So almost half of the people have finished, and we can see a lot of other people are very, very close to finishing as well. We are at about 1 hour and like 13-ish minutes. So at this point, I was still puzzling when I was doing this puzzle. Yeah, and yeah, most of the people are it's like either people are finishing at the top or they're finishing with the red, and that has really surprised me that people are finishing with the red. But I understand like how Victor was saying how it looked confusing, and then it's like easier to have it boxed in, and then you just kind of pound it out.
Fill in the blank, yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what Alejandro is up to. If he's still here, he placed third today with 38 minutes and 24 seconds. Is he still here?
It looks like he is.
Yes,
so.
he is.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
I heard from Michelle that you're at your grandpa's village today.
Yeah, I am. So having fun with them and enjoying here some days of relax.
Yeah, that's nice. So you're not there to work?
Not this week. next week I will start again.
Yeah. So, tell me, what did you think about this puzzle? What was your like impressions?
I really like it. Maybe when I open it, I thought that could be really difficult. But well, when you start putting pieces and you can separate and see different colors, different gradients, makes it more easy. So I really enjoy it to do it.
Yeah, there were. Sorry, sorry, I have a cough still. Yeah, there's all of these different sections and patterns and different colors and stuff. So I also felt like you didn't really get stuck in the. Oh, is your grandpa wants to say something?
They are
come say
talking.
hi.
Hey, estoy en una reunión. Bájate un poquito. Sorry for that.
Did you know this puzzle brand beforehand?
No, not to be honest, it's first time doing this brand. Pretty well. Not too much misfit, so I really enjoy it. I really like it, this brand.
Yeah, and so what was your strategy going in? Because we saw you only like shortly at the beginning, and then you were on screen like only when you were almost done. So like, how did you start the puzzle and how did you end it?
I found easy to do the top right corner with this brown colors, and I find it very easy. Then I follow doing the hair, so I did the face, the hair, and then I start doing the rest, the yellow part. On the red part, I get a little bit stuck because there were too many pieces that I select and was not easy to differentiate and put them. So I did all the edge at that moment. And then, yes, I had not more strategy, so I finished the rest and tried to do the rest of the puzzle. So all the left half part with the different colors. So the brown on the bottom part, and then keeping with the blues, and finally these dark pieces on the sky and at the top. So this is more or less how I did it.
How did you feel about the red section? Was it clear for you, the red section, how to do it, or was it a bit difficult?
Yeah, it was really difficult, to be honest. I believe it's the part that I spent more time, because for sure are the pieces that you can select and are easy to see above all of them. But then you realize that you have maybe 20, 30 pieces. I tried to assemble some of them at like pick and place and try too much times. And yeah, for me, it was the most difficult part. Also, at beginning, it seems that maybe it's something that you can start and thinking that it's easy. Was not for me. So hopefully, I did it more or less well, and then I could continue with the rest that I enjoy it more.
I think we saw quite a few people finish with red. Maybe they were putting it off until the end.
Yeah, exactly. Could be also a good strategy to do in this puzzle. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to ask a personal question really, but I saw recently that you were, I think, in hospital. So is that something you could tell us about? Are you okay, Alejandro?
I am. 2 months ago, I had a football injury. I thought it was nothing important because I could do normal life. But since last month, I had some problems when I went to sleep and some movements. And then I went to the hospital, and they told me that I had the meniscus broken. So 2 weeks ago I had the surgery. Everything goes pretty well, and luckily nowadays I'm only seated because I cannot be stand up. But I hope that next week I will go again, and they will tell me if everything evolves correctly, and if I can start working maybe in 1-2 weeks, I hope. But I believe that maybe at Worlds I will have to go with crutches like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So maybe this will be again the same.
I just on that note, when I sometimes at work, I give presentations about speed puzzling. I just, that it exists and what it's like, and I show clips from Worlds. And the first presentation I ever gave, I had a clip of you winning with your crutches, and I said, "Look, it's a sport for everyone." So.
Yeah, maybe I should try to stop playing football 2 or 3 months before the World's competition, because I'm having bad luck in this sense.
Well, we wish you much luck and that you heal quickly and feel good.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Alejandro, do you have any stories about like dramatic moments during competitions, or something funny that happened, or just anything that goes kind of in that category of like exciting things during a puzzle competition?
Well, today, to be honest, I had one problem during the contest, that 1 or 2 pieces fall off my table and I could not get them. So I asked to my grandparent, please find the piece on the floor and give it to me. And I remember also, this was 2 years ago in a press competition here in Spain, as it's usually we share a table. So we have one table for 2 pairs, one next to the other one. And my partner opened the box, and all the species split out on the table. So all were mixed with the puzzle next to the other participants. Luckily, it was a little contest here in Barcelona. The pair that was next to me were friends, so not problems at all, because I believe that if you meet the people, you know that that's something that can happen, and okay, maybe it's a blast, and they they can say that you have destroyed our puzzle or starting. But yeah, as they were friends, we start laughing, everyone, and after, I don't know, we finished at first place, we missed like 15, 20 pieces. So then we wait until they finish, because we didn't want to annoy them, and we let them finish with 20 more pieces that then we put on another puzzle. So this was like a romantic, but it was fun, because it was with friends, and at least no one had bad feelings.
That sounds like a typical story, is like when people open the bags and like they just explode. And it happens, I feel like, more during competitions, because people have like this adrenaline, and you just want to like open it quick.
Exactly. I believe it's good that people realizes and maybe happens this situation, because you will feel in yourself that this can happen. And since last moment, also I was not the person that opened the box and did it, but yeah, since this moment, I'm really careful when I try to open the box. It's not a problem if I spend more seconds to be sure that not pieces remains in the box. Yeah, try to not have this problem anymore.
No, and every time I hear a story of like a puzzle exploding, I just see the video of Vicky at her competition that went viral,
That's the way. Yes.
and just her face of like, and then she just started puzzling. And I mean, that's like the best thing you can do is like, oh, I'll deal with all the pieces later and see how many am I missing.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, do you have any tips that you would give people that are trying to finish their puzzle now? Especially maybe those that don't have daylight at the moment that are finishing with the.
Yeah, maybe people did the puzzle with natural light, and now that the sun it's almost closed, I see. Yes, most of them are with the black and the dark pieces of the top part of the puzzle. Maybe they cannot put them so quickly because are difficult ones. Try to shape them try to split them by the shape, because this puzzle brand has disadvantages like Ravensburger, Clementoni, this kind of brands that the pieces have different shapes and you can differentiate. Or at least try to take a piece and try to find a place. So start looking all the possible holes until you put it, because otherwise, with not good light conditions, these are pieces can be really hard to assemble them.
Yeah, I also really liked what you did at the end where you flipped the puzzle around and you had the section where you were finishing really close to you with the pieces right next to it. I think that might also help some of the people that are like leaning over the table.
Yeah, exactly. That's also important. When you have the possibility to do that with this kind of that, the puzzle fits really well and you can move without making a disaster. Yeah, I try to turn the puzzle and try to find the best position to put the pieces close to me and close to the puzzle too.
Yeah, great tips from the previous world champion. Will we see you at other EJJs before Worlds, or was this your last one before?
I'm not sure, because if I have another EGJ puzzle, it is on my home at Barcelona, and I don't remember if I have another one. So maybe yes, maybe this is my last one. But hopefully I ask for more. So after World, I will come here again. So I hope to see you in more EGJs.
Yes, same. All right. Well, thank you for your stories and your insights and your interview. And then we'll see you at Worlds and maybe
Yes.
at the EJJ.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. All right. Well, in the meantime, we have 62 finishers out of 87. So we're like 2/3 there. We are at about one and a half hours. 1.5 hours. So there's still a half hour to go. I think a lot of the people that are puzzling now are definitely going to be able to finish this puzzle. So don't give up. At this time I was finished, but barely. So keep going, and especially try to listen to the advice from Victor and Alejandro about the top section. That seems to be the most difficult section of this puzzle.
Alejandro's team at Worlds is one of the teams I'm looking forward to watching the most. I think the Puzzle Marauders, but they it's Alejandro, Gisela, Rafael, and Laura, and Rafa and Laura are like me and Dan. There are pair goals, couple pair goals, whatever the right word is, but we look up to them and think they're amazing. So
Yeah, that's really exciting. I have been completely out of the loop with who's going to Worlds and all the teams and stuff this year because I'm not going. So it's going to be for me the first time watching it from here and having FOMO.
I've never missed the Worlds. I've been to every Worlds, and now I'm missing one. So it's really like, who am I? I don't know who I am anymore.
Yeah, it's strange. There's a few people that I know that are not going this year, so it's it's unfortunate, but I couldn't manage it this year. So
We can all
hopefully
console
next-
each other with our FOMO, so it's okay.
yeah. And luckily we have live streams that are going to be hosted by Michelle and Jim, so we know that the entertainment is going to be good for watching from home as well. So that'll fill us all in. All right. Well, let's have a look at who's actually puzzling right now, who's almost finished. So we have Judith, who's there busy with the top parts. We see Karen, who has shape sorted a bunch of pieces, it looks like, in the darker sections. Daniela's busy doing at the building the top. I think Isabel also looks like she has shape sorted. And I think it's a good strategy for the top, especially if your light is not the best. And and you can still see a little bit like kind of which section it goes to. And then if you also shape sort it, it should be making your life easier than just having them all in a big pile all together.
I could see several people have their puzzles turned sideways now. And I wonder, I wasn't watching, so I wonder if any of them heard Alejandro and said, well, let me turn my puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, take the tips where you can get them. And I think it's good to adjust also your strategy while you're puzzling if you hear like something else that might work better. And like, why not try doing some of the tips that you hear. All right. Are we ready for Jessica? Yeah, Jessica has finished. So whenever you're ready, hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great, thanks. This was serendipitous. I leave for Japan on Saturday.
Oh,
it was meant to be.
Yeah, great timing. I opened it and was like, oh, this will be so fun. Also, you guys were chatting about spinning the puzzles. I occasionally stream on Twitch, and anytime I'm puzzling in real life, I almost always spin my puzzle. And I don't know if it's like to preserve my back, but anytime it's a portrait, I almost always end up turning it. And so my Twitch friends who I know are in YouTube always call it the box spin because my handle on Twitch is box text. And so I've got a little emote and everything for the spinning of the puzzle. It's pretty funny.
That's really cool. I didn't know you were streaming on Twitch. Tell us, what's your name? Like, how can people find you?
It's BACHCHEXED, Buckcheck. Just a silly little flub. I meant to say box check one time, and we just thought that was so funny. So back when Twitch was like anonymous and all our like old silly AIM names as teens. I know I need to change it because it doesn't match my Instagram or anything, but that's for future me to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. People know you like that, so
Exactly.
So other than that, you were going to Japan and you were excited to see that, like, what was the rest of your experience with the puzzle? Did you enjoy it?
I did. It was certainly challenging. I just am so grateful that I get to do these at 1 p.m. my time and not in the evening in the dark. That I think gave me a little bit of an advantage. I think like most people, I started with her face and hair after edge. I did edges first. I don't always do edges first. And then I did the gold and the red and the bottom and then ended with the top. The top was tough, but there was at least different stuff on either side of the top, like the bigger leaves versus the smaller ones. So that helped, but it was good. I always love Michelle's picks. I am grateful that she lets non-Europeans in on these.
Yeah, I mean, they are called the Euro Jigsaw Jam, but But yeah, you're right. The only ones. I mean, we have some Americans that join also the early ones, and they like get up at night and puzzle like at 3 a.m., which dedication. But also, I understand that like with time differences, it's like easier to join these ones, and then still like people work and they have jobs. So yeah, we're always happy to see some Americans joining us. And today we had quite a few.
I'm doing the
Ari,
pairs.
Tammy. Yeah.
All my good friends. I'm doing the pairs marathon. I don't know if that's in October, and that one will be at 4 a.m. So brutal, but it'll be fun. A friend of mine's gonna come over. We're gonna have a little sleepover first.
Yeah, at least you're with two people also. You can wake each other up.
Exactly.
Which state in the U.S. are you from?
I'm in Ohio.
Go Buckeyes, unless you're not a Buckeyes fan. But
I'm not, but I am in Columbus, and just about everyone is. We're just not sports people. We are like unique sports, like speed puzzling and ice skating and roller derby. So,
well, they should start that at OSU. They should get a speed puzzling team.
Out in San Francisco last week visiting Andrea Peng, who usually does the EJJs too, and we went to a Valkyries game, which is the women's NBA. It was awesome. It was so much fun.
Oh, nice.
I don't know anything about sports, which is why I'm quiet.
Me too.
So, Jessica, you had like a bunch of interesting answers to the question this time.
Yeah, I usually don't feel like I have a whole lot to say, and I was like, oh, I've got like 10 examples of shenanigans.
Well, tell us your favorite one first.
My favorite one? Okay, so it was the local competition here in Columbus, Ohio. And our team is we usually have no issue winning the local comps. We're doing a lot of community building and growing with new puzzlers. So we try to usually break up our team and not all puzzle together. But this particular one, we were puzzling all together. And right as the host said, go, one of my teammates spilled her entire full glass of water all over the table. And it was not a big deal. We could have absolutely stopped and cleaned the table and still won handily. But she was like, let's go. So she like took her shirt, she wiped the table, like the whole glass of water off the floor. She was wearing Birkenstocks with sandals. And she just like, let's go, let's go. So like we all were just like, okay, and kept puzzling on this like damp table. And then she was standing in a huge puddle of water the entire time. Luckily, it was only 500 pieces and 4 of us, so it was very, very fast, like 20 minutes. But they were like trying to clean around her, and she's like, I'm not moving, I'm still puzzling. It was so silly. So we nicknamed her Puddles. When you like long-term hikers, like through hikers often get like a trail name. So we do puzzle names around here, and her puzzle name is Puzzles. Or is Puzzle. Good.
That's like my worst nightmare: water and puzzles joining together. I would like in our house, no open containers of liquid are allowed near our puzzle table. It's a no-go.
We regularly have mishaps. We have a weekly puzzle meetup at a board game bar, and one of the tables that we're usually at the same 3 tables, and one of the tables is a little wobbly, and so we try not to sit there because almost always whatever is there, that puzzle is going to get spilled on. So yeah, we learned our lesson.
Yeah, a local puzzle friend of mine, she was storing her puzzles in the garage, and then there was a flood.
Oh no.
Yes. So not all of her puzzles, but like all the ones that were at the bottom were wet. And a few obviously she had to throw out, but a few she kept. And I borrowed some just because I was curious to puzzle them. And they were still kind of okay, like they were Ravensburger puzzles, and they were like a little bit wobbly, but you could still puzzle them. So it's not the end of the world, but
Are they in like a Ziploc bag or something?
No, I think that one was not in a Ziploc bag, but that's a good idea to, so especially if you store them like somewhere low in the basement or in the garage or something.
Yeah, that's our go-to here is Ziploc bag everything, just even for travel and loaning them and stuff too, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, water story is crazy.
Yeah, it's always bad. One of my other fun stories, I think I mentioned. So Julie's nickname or puzzle name is Puddles. My puzzle name is Nail Biter because I've had 2 occasions where I had very last minute finishes. One was at Worlds 2024. We were in team prelim A with the cactus and the infamous cow. And we obviously chose poorly, but we did the cow last, and it was already late at night and dark. And so we were just struggling. We ended up finishing both of our puzzles with 45 seconds to spare before time. So we were thrilled to be able to finish them. But yeah, that was a close call. And then Nationals, USA Nationals 2025, I was in solo prelim C, and we had a big, just floral puzzle. It was painful. It wasn't that bad, but it was hard. And I finished that one in 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 59 seconds. So 1 second before the time was up. I, of course, was just like slam and jam in the end, and I like cried when it was over. It was rough, but it was very funny.
Were you the last person to finish in that, like of the finishers? Were you the last finisher?
There was not even any cameras or anything near me because they did not expect that I would finish. But that was good.
It's good that you eke it out, like to be on that side of the time limit is the right side.
Over, have 1 piece left. Exactly. Yeah. I'm, as you know, an average speed puzzler, but I'm a pretty good closer. Like once you get to the last 2 pieces, I can just get through them pretty quick. So I'm grateful for that skill.
Now I'm wondering what my puzzle nickname would be. I don't think I have like a...
Yeah, we do it so that it has to be given to you. You can't give yourself a puzzle nickname. You have to gift the puzzle nickname to someone.
So I'm just waiting for people to go.
Everybody who knows Catherine in chat give her puzzle nicknames. Didn't you rename Eric the not so speedy speed puzzler a few weeks ago? So funny.
Yeah, I mean he's not so speedy. He's pretty speedy, but
exactly. The decently speedy Eric.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah, I think you even had like a third story, something about a braid.
Yeah, well, I've got a few more, but at Worlds last year, I think it was in teams finals, I had like I have very long hair. You can't even see the bottom of it. And it's blue. But I had my hair in like a bubble braid, if you're familiar what that is. So like it's a top knot and then like more ponytails kind of throughout, and they're cute little bubbles. Anyway, I was puzzling so fast and I turned around and I whipped my teammate in the face with it. So we do top knots now so that all is contained. She was like, I didn't care because I knew that you were very focused and puzzling so fast. But yeah, it was probably didn't feel very good because it's a lot of hair, but yeah. And then my last one I think is common for every puzzler to experience at least once when you open the bag and the pieces go everywhere. Sometimes like the bag plastics are different. So some of them you really need to like get into it and some of them open really quickly. So we were at Minnesota State last October and we were doing a puzzle twist and my teammate Christine opened the bag and like 100 pieces ended up on the floor everywhere. So that whole mess of trying to decide, okay, does everyone go down and get pieces? Does one person go down and get pieces? Do we look in everyone's bags and shoes? And how far out do we look around other tables? You know, I feel like everyone's got to experience that once.
I wonder with puzzle bags. I think it probably was Victor I've heard describe it his preference for opening a puzzle bag is as like a potato chip bag, like find the seam and rip it. But that to me is like a recipe for disaster. I feel like when you go along the seam, that's when it explodes or might explode. So I always go for like the hardest part of the bag to open, so I don't. So I've never had pieces fly anywhere. Like I've been doing it for years.
I guess my bag, I don't ever go for the seams. I usually find like a hole, like a flat part, and just dig my fingers in. And then I end up making like a top part where things could go in, but I kind of grab it and then like empty it out sideways.
Yeah.
I don't know. That works for me.
That's exactly how I do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
me too,
fingers.
but sometimes you do get pieces stuck, and then you have to go like.
Don't listen to me. I'm average. You should definitely listen to Alejandro and Victor and everyone else. I also think I would need to practice that, and I don't get that many new puzzles other than in the middle of a contest to practice that. We do so much borrowing and swapping, so I'm not frequently practicing that part of the puzzle contest.
I remember when Ravensburger still had plastic wrap on the outside of their boxes. That was like a special thing. I would order brand new Ravensburgers just so I could practice the opening of the cellophane on the outside.
Yep, I did that this time. I don't know, it's easier than like sticking my fingernail in it, but yeah, the hug. I always try to coach like new puzzlers, like just hug it. They're like, what are you talking about?
But I think it works well for the 500 pieces, but the 1,000-piece puzzles don't go that well like that. At least in my experience, I was like.
I think in the 500s, there's like a perforation down it, and that's what makes it go easy. I'm not sure about 1,000s.
Yeah, so some people in the chat are saying, so Michelle is saying that since she's tried Victor's chip bag technique, that she didn't have any more pieces in the corners, and that it works well with Ravensburger, but not necessarily with other brands. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, someone asked, are scissors banned? Like, yeah, anything sharp is banned during a competition, because could you imagine like frantic people like with knives and scissors? Then that's how we're going to get puzzle injuries. So yeah, no sharp objects.
Our sport has very few injuries. Let's keep it that way.
Yeah. I mean, paper cuts is like an injury, or like broken nails. One time, I broke a nail while I was like flipping the pieces. Yeah. So I guess I did have a puzzle injury. So yeah.
We have accidentally, I was at a 12-hour marathon in San Francisco last weekend, and one of my teammates and I were reaching for different parts and accidentally punched each other in the hand. It happens.
Fair enough. Hopefully no damage done though.
Yeah, we just, I don't know if you guys ever played like very fast card games as kids, but we always had a no jewelry rule, and we might need to have a no jewelry rule for puzzling with teams too.
Yeah, especially like a diamond solitaire would just cut right into you.
Yeah. One of my teammates loves really fun, like kind of flamboyant jewelry, like a big rose right here on her hand or whatever, and so we have to take that stuff off. But
oh my god, I have to tell a quick story. It's nothing related to puzzling, but it's similar. I grew up in Kentucky, so that's why I sound like this. But my mother's one of her ex-husbands, they had a big family, and lots of boys in the family. And they had fried chicken on the dinner table one night, and there was one piece left on the platter, and two of the boys go for it at the same time. One goes with his hand, one goes with a fork, and sort of stabbed his brother in the hand trying to get the last piece of chicken.
Oh no.
Which, by the way, fried chicken is very on brand for a Kentucky story, but
good.
No, they were like, from my understanding, this happened like in the 60s, so like none of us were there, but like from my understanding, there was no hard feelings. They just laughed about it for like still to this day, I think. So
that's really funny. Yeah. I think all of the like puzzle mishaps that happen or the drama is good. Like, it teaches us good resilience, right? Of like, okay, how do I recover immediately when the pieces go flying or when something bad happens? How do I get back in the zone after you've been like jolted out of it? It's good. Good
Yeah.
life.
Well, you mentioned your teammate and the water, and your teammate saying, "No, let's just keep going, just power through the water." That's what I would have done too. I think actually,
by like 20 minutes, we did not need to puzzle through the water.
I just quickly want to tell the people that are still puzzling, you have about 10 minutes left.
Go, 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 go! You got this. There's a couple people that look like they're about to finish. So exciting. Yes. Yeah, I see Karen has her pieces like lined up. I can't tell if it's shape sorted or not, but there was
I think
it's shape sort, but there was not that many non 2x2s. There were quite a few just 2x2s. So I was like, well, these are in a pile, and I've got my like 10 pieces that aren't 2x2s left. It didn't help too much, but
yeah, I'm trying to think of any puzzling mishaps that happened to me that are different than just pieces everywhere. And I don't think I have any good ones.
I think it's funny too. Like I only share mishaps that happened to me. I was talking about this with a friend last night. I think that there are things that go wrong and then they end up being the things that go viral because there's drama there. And there's a fine balance of like, oh, that was really funny. And then like kind of not shaming people, but like sharing their embarrassing thing that happened or whatever. And I think there's a fine balance of that.
Yes, true. Well, Jess, thank you so much for joining us for this last stretch of the puzzle competition today. But I'd let you go now, and thank you for sharing the stories. They were really fun.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's nice to see everyone. Have a good evening.
Thanks. Bye-bye. And then I thought it would be good for the last few minutes to get Michelle back in. Maybe she has a story to share, and then she can also be the one to do the last countdown for the people to finish.
Well, I want to say I want to be on a team with Jessica because it sounds so much fun.
Right.
I want to be whipped in the face. Or sounds like lots of fun happens there. No, that's the great thing about what they have going on in Ohio. They do have a lot of regular meetups, competitions, getting together at people's houses. So they have a lot of fun together. And Teresa just finished. Congratulations. All right. Yes, so we have 7 minutes left to go. And Karen, let me just double check. I have to check the screen and then give them a thumbs up that their puzzle has been checked, and then their results get automatically updated. So that's fantastic. So it's been working well today. There were just 2 people that when they went to hit done, for some reason it didn't work, but they wrote it in the chat. So that's good. And in case anybody else has problems, they can let us know. But so far we've got 80 finishes and 4 people still puzzling. Looks like Anna Corrine will finish in the next minutes, and Juanita as well. And we also have Miller, Dora, and Stefan still puzzling. All right. Yes. So Teresa. Okay. No, Teresa. I clicked yes. Teresa, yours is done. Yours came up, but yes, you can also. So yours worked. So technology.
Just to interject, Vanita is about to put like the last 3 pieces in, and she's like turning them in every direction. And don't you know this feeling when you like have to put the last pieces in and like they just don't fit?
Well,
That's
they're
what
all
I
the
said
same
to
piece
Sarah.
shape and they're all black.
Yeah. But there we go. And the last one. Yes.
And she hits done. And oh, Anna Karin is done as well. And Juanita, congrats. So in the last few minutes.
Yay.
Yay. Awesome. Yeah, so I haven't had anything like dramatic happen at a competition or anything strange like that, but we did have a team practice at my house. So that's with the Jigsaw Kraut team, our world's team, and we have an apartment underneath our house, which we rent out as an Airbnb. And on that weekend, my friends were staying there, and so on the Sunday, I was downstairs in the apartment with Fuji, Francisca, and Caro, and we were doing our team training. We were doing 1,000 piece Ravensburger, and they were really hard. And then the doorbell rang, and it was my son there, and he was like, "Mummy, I want to come in." And I was like, "No, you can't right now. We're busy. Like, we need to focus. So sorry, just go upstairs, please." And then I went back, and yeah, so I closed the door, went back, and then we were puzzling again. Then a few minutes later, there was like this thud, and he was on the floor in the next to the table. So what had happened, we had the windows wide open because it was a warm day. And because I locked him out, he just went over to the window and he climbed in and kind of fell into the apartment on the floor. And so we were really shocked because suddenly he was just there on the floor. And I was like, "What are you doing? I told you to stay out." But he had climbed through the window. Not injured or anything. I was more I was more annoyed than concerned about his welfare. And then I promptly took him upstairs and said, "No, you're staying upstairs. Don't come down. Mummy is busy. We are training. Please don't interrupt."
This is serious.
Yes, this is serious training. And no, you cannot watch, and no, you cannot chat to us while we're puzzling. So please leave us in peace. But I think the most dramatic thing that happened actually was at the Worlds, and it wasn't even me, but Emma Pan was sitting right in front of me when she was doing her practice puzzle. And then suddenly they did the countdown, and I saw her just like sweep the pieces off the table onto the floor. And then, yeah, so I mean, we've seen that on Karen's video, like there's a good recap of that, but that for me was kind of stressful because it was right in front of me and I could see her like puzzling away, and then Charlie's doing the countdown, and then there's just like pieces flying to the floor and pushing off to the side. So yeah, and that was also the same round. I think SJ was in there as well when Karen was saying she got the wrong puzzle, so that was a stressful one.
I got the wrong puzzle. It was also crazy that they threw the puzzle at her afterwards. It's like, what?
Yeah, I mean, they could have hit, if they missed whoever it was, if they just slightly misjudged that throw, it could have hit the person in front of her on the head. It could have shoved pieces onto the floor. It could have hit someone in the arm. Like, there's so many wrong things that could have happened.
It could have hit her also right in the face because she caught it like here.
Right there. A friend of mine messaged me after seeing that because they saw it just virally, and they said, "That could have hit you."
Oh yeah, you were sitting behind her, right?
I don't think it was ever going to hit me, but yeah, it could have hit like her table mate or her. It's been a problem.
Yes.
Yeah, the things you do when you're stressed, like you make a snap decision, like, "Oh, I'm just gonna throw it over."
Yeah, like rather than taking the 10 seconds to walk over between the aisles, like maybe there were people like judges standing in the aisle or something, but yeah, that was a rash decision that was made, and like thankfully there were no injuries. Yeah, so we have just under 2 minutes left. Oh yeah, and I want to just shout out, so last week we had the really fast puzzle. That was the Gibson's puzzle called Heritage Posters, and every single body finished. From 120 participants. It was fantastic. So congratulations to everybody, and congratulations to Dora, who finished her first time under 2 hours. And that was really exciting because I met her in Trier, and she told me that her first EJJ, which also happened to be with a Gibson's puzzle, but a much more difficult one, that was the Be Kind to Your Mind, the one with the cactuses and the words, when at 2 hours, she had 350 pieces left, and it took her more than 5 hours to completely finish the puzzle. So I'm just really impressed with, yeah, she comes back every week and keeps on puzzling, and she finally finished in the time limit, and it's just amazing to see how much progress. And she's coming up to 77 years old. So she's going to have her birthday at the end of the month. So not many people can say they started speed puzzling at 76.
I mean, it's never too late to start a new hobby, right?
And it'll keep her young. So good hobby.
All right, so we got 15 seconds. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Oh, well done, everybody. So close. Yeah, that's a harder one. We did see a lot of the finishing times being pushed back, quite a different one to the one we had last week. So yeah, the timer has automatically stopped. So if someone, whoever has the app open, it will now say time is up, and then you can enter the number of pieces that you have left. So anything that's assembled 3 pieces or more counts as being built, and then you can just count up your leftover pieces and write that into the app, and that will be recorded on the results. So yeah, thanks so much, Catherine and SJ. I think that was a really fun idea, SJ, and yeah, you've had a few experiences, so you had some examples to draw from. So it was really fun reading the answers.
I was going to mention Dan's most dramatic thing that happened to him. He didn't tell me this. I just think it's what's most dramatic that happened to him was at Worlds last year in the individual final. He was getting close to the finish, maybe like, I can't remember, 25 pieces or something, and a cameraman knocked the loose pieces off of his table.
Oh yeah, true.
So that was pretty gutting, because it was so close, and the time was shorter last year in the final. So yeah, he appealed for a complete time. So because he would have finished like a little bit before the end, if the cameraman hadn't done that. But a judge saw it happen, so the judge backed him up and said, yeah, he was about to finish. So.
No, that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, but that's all right. He got a finish. Technically, they revised it. Full was hour 15, 500 pieces. So. All's well that ends well.
Hour 15, 500 pieces. Okay. Catherine, were there any others examples that you wanted to read out?
Yeah, I mean, there were so many good ones actually, and like people really put a lot of effort into writing them. So maybe let's read out Eva's. Did we have hers? No. She says, after I poured most of my puzzle pieces out of the plastic bag and onto the table, I noticed that 3 pieces were still in the half-open plastic bag. So I took the bag and started to shake it violently to pour them out too. She was too stressed to think clearly. Of course, the 3 pieces just flew everywhere, but not on my table. So they landed about like 4 meters away from it, under someone else's table. So she had to like run quickly to get them, so that not the other person would try to pick them up for instead and then have it. So yeah, and then there was like also a mix-up happening. I mean, it's like a lot of the stories are like puzzle pieces flying everywhere. And a lot of people, especially if they're puzzling at home, it's like cats being mischievous and doing all kinds of stuff.
There was another one with water. There were 2 water-based incidents. It's just another reason I will not have water near my puzzle table.
And I like what, did you read out what Lenka wrote?
Yeah, okay. So she says, I only ever used a box holder once in my life at the finals of European Championships in Budapest to put the poster. I borrowed the paper Ravensburger, so you know these carton Ravensburger holders that they give out from her parents and mounted it. They started, she placed the poster in it, and she didn't even finish flipping when a cameraman passes by at a quick pace, and both the poster and the holder fall with the like air current of the passing person like to the floor. The holder fell apart, and yeah, in that moment she didn't even know like how to reassemble it, so she just trashed it and just used the poster on the table. She did in all the other rounds. So another one where like an outside force.
Yeah, but that is a risk with the poster, because last night at the Polish competition we had a big poster, so it was bigger than A4, and I know how to use a poster because I take any box lid. So I just grabbed a box lid from another one, I put it in there, and then I leaned the poster up against it. But because it was so tall, it kind of flipped over, and then my husband walked quickly past, and it was about to move, and I was like, stop, you have to, like, don't move so quickly. And then he adjusted it and kept it there. But yeah, posters in box holders, there's not quite a perfect solution yet. So yeah, that's definitely something that can happen. And
yeah, that's all. I mean, you know, there's so many things that can go wrong. I'm kind of surprised that not more things are actually going wrong.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's funny to hear these kinds of stories. Of course, in the moment, it's quite challenging and stressful. But I think the good things that you can laugh about it later after the experience. And yeah, like in Jessica's case, what doesn't hurt you makes you stronger and gives you a good name, a puzzle name that you earn through that experience. So yeah, I think that was a really fun topic tonight. So yeah, thanks for the SJ and Catherine for hosting that. That was good. I could just be in the background focusing on the new timer, and I think that worked really well. So I'm quite relieved about that. And yeah, thanks to our viewers and those who are commenting on the live stream. And we look forward to seeing you next time. It will be on Sunday at 10 a.m. It will be the pairs Double Trouble. Each pair will receive 2 1,000-piece puzzles, and then they need to decide which one they do. So we look forward to that. All right. Thanks so much, SJ and Catherine, and good night.